Hello and welcome to the Northern Panorama channel. So, where am I now? Well, I'm in Smögen, or at Smögen, and that's an old nice fishing village at the west coast of Sweden, somewhere roughly in between Gothenburg and the South Norwegian border. So it's not very far from Oslo either. So I'm kind of back producing some content to my channel. I moved from northern part of Sweden a couple of years ago after the COVID-19 pandemic. So my plan was to work in the life science business in Lund, in the southern part of Sweden. But because of the deep recession, I suddenly found myself unemployed. So I thought for a while, and now I have actually started to study again, surveying. So that feels pretty exciting actually, to do something completely different in the middle of the life. So I kind of leave the communication business and will probably work with infrastructure, construction, railway, surveying and measurements. So it's very nice actually. So when I moved here a couple of months ago, I started to do some research and found some very nice spots for astrophotography also, not very far from where I live. So I found a Bortle 2 location, 1 hour drive from home. So I've been there a couple of times, and during the spring I also were out a couple of times at the south coast of Sweden, and we can take a look at some of these images. So this is the first of the spring galaxy targets I did, and it's the Leo Triplet, a stunning trio of galaxies in the constellation Leo. So we have down here to the left the M66, and then down to the right M65, and then the characteristic edge on NJC 3628, the so-called Hamburger Galaxy with its dark dust lane. And all three lie roughly 35-40 million light years away and interact gravitationally, shaping each other's arms and triggering star formation. A very beautiful target, which I shot from a nice Bortle 2 location along the south coast of Sweden. So I used the ZWO 1600mm mono camera, and this is around 4.5 hours worth of data, so roughly 3 hours luminance and 1.5 hours with RGB. And this is the second of my spring targets, the Markarian chain, a graceful curve of galaxies stretching across the Virgo Cluster, and it contains well-known members like M84 and M86 and many fainter companions, and they all lying roughly 50-60 million light years away and are bound within the Virgo Cluster, showing a mix of round ellipticals and spirals. And a very rewarding and nice target, which I did with my 1600 mono. As you can see, the field of view is a little bit too tight, so this is a target I will come back to with my new APS-C sensor camera that fits better with my William Optics tube. And 2 months ago I changed my ZWO 1600 to the 2600 mono camera. Maybe you remember that I used the MC Pro version a couple of years ago, and I felt that I wanted to take a step up from the 1600 now. And this is the first of the autumn targets which I shot from this dark location not far from here. And it's of course the Elephant's Trunk Nebula, a striking pillar of gas and dust embedded in the emission nebula IC 3096 in the constellation Cepheus. As you can see, the dark sinuous lane resembles an elephant's trunk and hides pockets of ongoing star formation. And this nebula sits about 2,400 light years away, and it's a very rewarding area with a lot of nebulosity and many targets. This was also first light with my 2600 mono camera, and I shot it in narrowband, hydrogen alpha, sulfur 2 and oxygen 3, and this is only 3 hours worth of data. And a couple of days after I did the Elephant's Trunk Nebula, I also shot the Wizard Nebula NJC 7380, a young star-forming region in the constellation Cepheus, and it's a cluster of hot, bright stars that has carved the surrounding gas into intricate shapes and glowing filaments, and together they form the wizard-like silhouette that gives the nebula its name, and it's located roughly 7,000 to 8,000 light years away. And it's a very beautiful target, I think. And this is 7.5 hours worth of data, and of course in narrowband also, hydrogen alpha, sulfur 2 and oxygen 3. And what do you think about this location? Isn't it nice? So here we have the big ocean, the Atlantic Ocean to my right here. And it's a lot of rocky terrain here. It's very well. I'm not really used to this kind of terrain when I grew up in the northern part of Sweden. So this is kind of new for me, but also very exciting to be out here. And one thing I like with this terrain is that I think it's very photogenic. So today I do some long exposure daytime photography. So this is the filter I'm using. It's a LEE Superstopper 15 stops neutral density filter, and with this one I can shoot take long exposures during daytime. So today I shoot with at 4 minutes exposures during daytime. That will flatten out the sea and also bring out some movement in the cloud layer. I think it's a pretty nice kind of arty landscape photography. So I will edit these images both in black and white and color. And I use the Nikon Z6II camera with 14 to 30 millimeter f4 wide angle zoom lens. I like being out there, feel the sea breeze coming in, or I don't know, it's called sea breeze, but the wind from the ocean. And the sky doesn't look too bad actually, but there will not be any astrophotography tonight, but I hope it will be some clear nights soon again. I will continue to do some content from this area, and when I go up to do some astrophotography, I have a plan to do some Norwegian trip also, because it's not very far to Hardangervidda. It's maybe 3-4 hour drive, and it's a mountain plateau in the south of Norway. Very beautiful, very dark. It's about Bortel 2-ish. And I'm longing to get out and to the mountains and bring my tent and my astrophotography gear and just be out. And here are some of the long exposures I have done today.
As the days keep rolling on, we're living in hell again. But I still hold you in my heart when these days have been and gone. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. As time goes by, won't keep heading round the circles, never letting go, never letting go. As time goes by, won't keep heading round the circles, never letting go, never letting go. The weight of the world on your shoulders.
Okay, that was not so bad. So this kind of daytime long exposure photography is kind of interesting, I think, to do some little bit more art landscape photography. Okay, and I hope I will be able to get out soon again, and then I will bring the astrophotography gear. And smash the button down there and start to subscribe if you want to follow my astrophotography adventures.